Yo, what up guys, iReapism here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at 7327 version 1.2 and how to play this map. So the first thing you need to do is an admin in game mode 1 needs to stand right here, and then this will happen and this will take you to the game activator where you begin your quest to starting the game. So we have team selection over here. This is new in my patch, so we can reset teams. We have cancel team selection, so you could cancel it completely, and now I get to pick my team. So you just press it and essentially all you have to do is those nodes over there are open and you're basically just announcing manually who's going to be on your team via chat, or if you're in a voice call with your friends, and then they just go in that. So if I press Paradisers, then that's just announcing that you've chose Paradisers. Now of course this is resettable, and there you go. And it is no longer here, so no worries about griefers, I've got that covered. Spectating the game is done from right here. You need to be in creative and stand really close near the button, and it takes a few seconds to respond because it's wireless. So yeah, same thing with these as well, so how to play, and yeah, many things as well. So let's get into game mechanics. So the Paradisers are the defending team and the Marauders are the attacking team. Now the Marauders spawn 72 seconds after the Paradisers, and that is because the way I've done my timing in this map, it counts in seconds interval, so that's the way it's done. And 72 seconds in my map is 1 minute in real life, so in real time that's the way you'd calculate it. So during this 1 minute, Paradisers really want to step up their game and get to these points. So if you hover over this, it says obtain food from the Reaper. All you have to do is just stand here for like 3 seconds. So that's one of them. When you activate the Reaper and stand near the base, it will give you food if you activate that. Now keep in mind, when the Marauders are released, this is no longer available. They will be here, but you won't be able to actually activate them. So there's a lot of strategy going on here. Same thing with the arrows as well. So I put the blocks up there because blocks are very important as a Paradiser. So something known in this patch is that all the trees are the same color as the jungle, and I removed most of the vines, and that is because it looks much better and there's now strategy involved in the jungle. This is a very important part of the map, this right here, the void area. I've added this in this patch just to add some spiciness to the gameplay, as it wasn't seasoned correctly, if you will. So with this here, if Paradiser is trying to contest this area, if they are within the jungle area, which is basically around here starts the jungle area, so if they're around here, Marauders everywhere in the map, keep this in mind, everywhere in the map will get regen 1 and resistance 1. So it's up to you if you want to contest this area, and I tell you, if you do this and you do a good job at it, there's no way they're getting through. So another thing you want to keep in mind is activating this Reaper is very important and vital to the game. If you don't activate him and the Marauders do, it's automatically hacked. So let's get into that. So activating the Reaper is easy peasy. All you have to do is stand here and you're activating it. Now you must be here. Make sure you don't leave or you're destroying your sequence. You must stay inside, as the Reaper will absorb your energy to activate him. So now what I want to talk about is hacking him. So as a Marauder, you come in here and it's greeted by a nice sign that is very explanatory. All it says is hack the Reaper, must be on Obsidian. And that's basically all you need to do to hack it. Something to keep in mind is that this is a progress bar and it slowly goes higher. And now the Reaper is actually making sounds as if he's alive, so keep that in mind. It's nothing, to warn you, unless if I become a Marauder over here, which I'll show you right now. Teams join Marauder. Alright, there we go. If I hack it, it makes a different sound. As you can see, there's a little bit ticking involved. Now this increasingly gets harder and harder to hack. 2 more times you'll hear the sound. And there we go. So now the Reaper was hacked. You can now obtain blocks and arrows and the occasional pickaxe by standing near the Reaper. So many things. You also get food and TNT. Hint hint. So now, as you can see, the pickaxe isn't as prominent as these. These are always given to you. So yeah, all you have to do is stand near there. You could figure out ways to get by it instead of standing in there. Like you could stand right here. I guarantee you'll get it. So as you can see, there's the pickaxe. It's called the Reaper, and that's how you know if someone kills you with the Reaper by an accident. You know that that they got it from the Reaper essentially. Not that you would need to know that, of course. Once this happens though, it is a completely different game. I want to mention this because it's very important, and throughout the tournament I want to make sure people are aware of this, and it's your responsibility to understand and know the map. So when the Reaper is hacked, the Marauders will now spawn in front of the jungle. They spawn literally right there. A arrow will form on where they will spawn. And as you can see, I activated my little chunk loader system. Now artillery is also available. So normally artillery is unlocked 10 minutes remaining in the game. This is a 25-minute game. So when you hack the Reaper right away in the game, you already unlocked artillery. This is vital. Artillery is super powerful and really is the key part of this map and could really help you in need as a Marauder. One thing, this is the only item that's provided in the chest. Everything else is automated, but here's the eye. It has its own dispenser labeled, and there we go. If you're interested, you could check out the library that's in the admin panel in the game activator. Something to really understand about the Paradisers is their armor is a little bit better than the Marauder basics, but I will tell you right now that the Paradisers are very agile and they are able to quickly maneuver the map using these teleporters. Now I'm going to give you an example here of what I mean. You just stand here, and actually, well, that brings me to another point. When the Reaper is hacked, it disables this stuff, but essentially you'll hear a sound effect, and when that sound effect is done playing to you and anyone near, it will teleport anyone on that bedrock to that destination. So it's very handy. There's also 2 teleporters here, but these never get cancelled. These are teleport down, so on either side you could teleport to the left midway. This is called the midway. This is mentioned a lot in the radar system that I'll get into. But I want to also mention this. Paradisers spawn here forever. They'll never not spawn here. And I want to mention, if you place blocks here and 2 blocks high in this bedrock area, every time a Paradiser spawns, it will get cleared. There's a spawn clearance, so you can't technically grief the Paradiser spawn. You can try, but it's not really going to work in your favor. So you got to be careful with that. Don't spend too much time trying to do that. And also, I want to mention this. This is very vital. There's no penalty for being near. Like, there's a map called Eris that I really thoroughly enjoy, and Hoodoo as well, and also Calamity. And when you're in the areas of the objective, there's some sort of indication. Not with this map. The only indication you get is when you break it. And when you break it, a message will appear. And of course, I don't have my game started for it to say, but a sound effect will play and telling you which beacon was destroyed. So there's a lot of strategy involved with that. So you can technically get all your players ready to destroy it and then go for the final blow. Alright, so projection, guys, is really good with a bow and can withstand arrow damage better than any other class. Stealth is good with combat and a little bit of combat, more combat actually damage, like, you know, swords, but less bow damage. And Blaster is all about, you know, taking all the TNT damage, and Pyro as well. And that's, you know, my game. After I start it, it teleports you here. So there you go, that's the sound effect I was talking about. And Pyro is not really good with a sword, but it has a flame bow. And Blaster, same thing with the sword, doesn't have an enchantment, but no enchanting on the bow and little to no arrows. One-time use our OP gear is here as well. So the name kind of suggests what it does. Rush, essentially, it's not all about the name actually with this one. Except for Hellfire and Scopes. Every Steady is good with both bow and armor. It's good with all 3. I think it's the best armor. And Rush is all about, it's not really about getting around faster. It's just another OP gear, is what it is. So this is our artillery room. This is where you'll go. And here's the scanning map for Paradisers. There's a radar system. This will tell the entire team if it finds a Paradiser, which obviously I don't have any on. But it will scan 10 locations in the map every minute with a 7 in 9 chance of success rate. And that will look standing near this area is very loud, so this is previewing what your artillery is going to do. It's very simple, and Charge doesn't have one, it just has something written there. So here's gunship. Now let's turn up the sounds. Alright, this is the idle sound of the gunship. You have as much time as you want in here until you start a button. Time ticks on your go. So let's get some work done. Won't take any damage as long as you're there. You get the little resistance. It's perfect. It works great. So to really explain what this is like your kind of gear. Instead of dying, you can stand around and do some sort of work, I guess, as this class. This is not really a class, but this is, you know, your gear given to you when you're, you know, getting decimated by the Reaper from the gunship. It doesn't matter if he's hacked, you'll the same amount of time in the gunship as well. I want to mention, as a Paradiser dies, he has 2 spawn nodes to go inside to wait 20 seconds in order to spawn. They have a spawn delay. However, I'm not that evil. Now, if you can't wait in a cell for, you know, 20 seconds, as you know some people would, but you can do parkour like this, and if you complete it fast enough, well, your time spent is more efficient in this little waiting room, and you're already at your class selection. So you got Paradiser Core. This one has a good sword and, you know, power 1 bow, and it has a pickaxe. It's the only class as a Paradiser that gets a pickaxe. Stance has a lot of blocks, and, you know, has a good sword and bow, has a punch bow. Shift is like the fire class. It has the flame 1 diamond sword, fire aspect diamond sword and flame 1 bow. And Mark is power and infinity on the bow. Lots of feather falling, but really bad sword and armor. Not too great is what I'm trying to say. And ooh, what's this? Nizareth. At 1080 remaining, this is 15 minutes remaining in the game, you can spawn as a Nizareth, and you have 5 minutes no matter what, if you die or not, as this class. Here you go. You get Helm of Nizareth going on. You do get slowness 1, and then you get this effect. So this is how you see the world as Nizareth, unfortunately. But it's kind of part of the storyline, but here we go. This is the armor. Thorns 3, protection 4, protection 4, protection 4, and projectile protection 4. This is absolutely tank. This is the best armor in the entire game. And you have 64 TNT and 64 blocks and 15 pressure plates to do many things. You absorb life from the environment. So essentially, randomly, a very low chance, but randomly you will absorb life from the environment. It doesn't matter where you are, you'll slowly regen health when you do that. There we are. So you absorb life. I regened, I think, 1 heart there, or half a heart. There we go. There's another random. Very lucky as a Nizareth. Look at that. Slowly regen health. Something I really want to mention with the scoreboards and stuff. This represents your health. That 8, that 9 up there near my name in the list is your health. You can see everyone's health in the match. That is another thing about this map that differs from a lot of others. So you can determine who you want to target as your next victim of death. I want to mention, as an Nizareth, everything ignores you as an Nizareth. You can't use teleportations that the Paradisers use. You are a Paradiser, you're just on a different team. But you can hurt your Paradiser team, so don't do that. Be careful. And also I want to mention that the radar system is undetectable to Nizareth, so you can literally go all the way over there, condition the bridge, destroy it all, do everything you can as Nizareth with all this very amazing stuff that you get in 5 minutes. You're basically undefeatable if you're lucky with the absorbing life feature of Nizareth. That's new in 1.2 of this patch. So as long as you hold obliterate, you don't get knocked back. Now this is much different from Hoodoo, as the armor itself gets the knockback resistance. This you have to hold the weapon, so you can't just just bridge or something, or walk to someone or run to someone without holding Obliterate. You have to hold Obliterate. So that's about it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the map. I try to make it as short as possible to explain. There's a lot more details I haven't got to, so keep that in mind. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you play this map. Take care, guys. Peace out now.